Right guys, this is Carl and Adam from Thoughts in Motion, and today we're on a very unsteady and windy pier. And the topic we're going to introduce to you today is the A.D.D Society. Now Carl, do you know what A.D.D stands for?
Don't know the exact words, but I know what it means.
It stands for Attention Deficit Disorder. It basically means you have the attention span of a fucking squirrel. And basically what that means is you can't focus on one thing at a time. There's always all these other distractions going on. Now that's quite interesting when you compare it to everyone in today's society. Now, think about this, right? Say you're watching a TV show at home, right? Just nothing, imagine Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, Will's doing his thing. Are you solely just watching that TV show, or is there other things going on in your mind? Yes or no?
Other things going on?
Other things going on in your mind, right. Do you check your phone while you watch it?
Yes.
Yeah. If you hear a noise, do you follow it like a fucking, like...
Say if it's like someone else someone else in a different room in the house or something and I can hear that, probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's your attention shifting, you can't focus. So, we see it a lot when in a restaurant. A lot of people can't focus on the food, they're on like Instagram, or they're talking on Instagram and chips are going in, they're like, like that. Like that's three things at once that they're doing. Ask those same people to sit and do nothing. Don't even think, just breathe. And they can't do it. Why? Because we live in today's A.D.D society, which basically no one can focus anymore. Everyone's got so much going on. Like everyone's checking Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Someone's calling them, someone's texting them. Well, basically living in reaction. When you email, this is going on, this is going on, and no one is solely just focused on one thing.
In a way, it's almost like what we're trying to say is like, even if you don't actually have ADD, it's almost like everyone has formed a version of ADD because of the way society is.
Yeah, basically, but it's annoying because it's in one way it's the way things are going. Like it's good. This is the first. This is good.
Yeah.
In the way that it means that you can get a lot. You can cover a lot of ground. You can cover a lot of ground. You can cover, you know, like Gary Vaynerchuk. Right? For him, for example, he has to do all that. He literally can't stop. He has to check his Instagram. He has to do this because it's his job.
It's part of his job.
It's part of his job. Yeah. If he didn't manage that, he would just go, he wouldn't make his money. Same with Ty Lopez, right? It means that although you've got all these things going on, everything's getting done at the same time. The bad side of it is, it means you spread yourself too thin and you end up sometimes accomplishing too little. So imagine Carl, for example, right? Carl's in, how many bands are you in now? 2 or 3? 5? 8?
Mainly two on my focus right now.
He's got 2 bands, right? 2 bands, easy. Imagine if he was in 4. Yes, he's getting out there a lot. Yes, he's doing what he loves, but he's spreading himself too thin. He doesn't have the attention on each thing to focus on individually. Make sense to you?
Exactly, because it means that I would say, let's for example, the wind. Let's say for example, that is very strong. Jesus Christ.
Take me away.
Let's say for example, say you see we're saying the 4 bands thing.
Yeah.
Say if you're writing songs, obviously, if you're writing a song for 4 bands, it's not going to be as good as the attention and the focus that you've put into one song for one band. It's the exact same thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, and obviously I have experience with that, and I am guilty of that a lot of the time, and you tell me off for that. One of the merry things that you tell me off for.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to say is, let's follow with that example of you doing the writing a song for your band, right? So you've got 4 bands, 4 songs for each band, right? Or a song each for, say 4 songs, 4 bands, right? Can he give the same amount of attention and love and detail into one song as he can for the rest? So if you had 1 song versus 4 songs, which one's going to be better?
None of them.
Sorry.
It's the spreading yourself too thin. None of them are going to be good because you've tried to focus all of the energy and all of the creativity, and it's like you've literally physically spread your creativity like that.
Yeah.
You've spread it physically thin, which means that everything in around it is going to suffer.
Exactly. And going back to when we said about the phones and things like that, it's very fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit with friends, like I'm guilty of this too. I do it as well.
We're all guilty of it at the end of the day at some point, whether or another. But
because we all have Instagram, right?
if you're on social media, you're guilty of it, basically.
Yeah. But you know, like imagine you're with your friends, right, and you're all having a beer and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're not focused on having the beer. You've got your phone going on. Someone's doing something over there. Someone's going over there. Your attention is being spread everywhere. There is no one sole focus. This is where meditation comes into play. We've talked a lot about that. It helps you focus your mind. It means that you can have the power to focus on something. You know, when you see people that are just so calm and they're just like, you know what, I'm gonna get on with this.
Yeah.
They have that. They don't have that ADD mindset. They can focus on one thing because their mind is not distracted.
One channel mind.
One channel mind.
You could call it.
Yeah. The one channel mind. I think we should call that video the one channel mind.
Yes.
I like it. Yeah. So, what we're gonna say to you now, when you're out and about next time, just take a moment to notice your thoughts. Take a moment to think. No, take a moment to recognize all the different things that your attention is directed to.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be like 3 or 4 different things.
Self-narrated as well. Like, be fully aware of all the things that you're focusing on. We were doing this before.
Yeah.
Kind of pointing out, being like, okay, so I'm checking my phone, I'm talking to him, I'm walking this way, I'm eating a burger. Narrate it in your head, and you'll fully be aware, and you'll be blown away at how much you're actually physically focusing on at one time, and that'll kind of set things into proportion, into perspective for you, basically.
And you'll struggle. You will struggle to focus your mind straight away because I was doing this before, and Carl was like, "You've literally just been talking about this, and now you are the prime suspect, victim, whatever you want to call me, of it." I was sitting, I was having my dinner, I was having my lovely chicken, I was on my phone, we had YouTube on the TV, and Carl's over here. I was literally eating chips going, like this. All 4 things that had my attention. But as soon as I had to just listen to him, there was a little it's like a nudge, as if someone's like doing this behind you. You know you've got a text message, your phone buzzes. It's that instinct that it's, what would you call it? It's like a niggling feeling to answer your phone. You don't have to touch your phone. But you'll find yourself picking it up and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to pick it up.
Again, I think it's something that we as a generation have just kind of formed. We've just formed this kind of weird, that you say you can't put your finger on what it is.
Yeah.
We've just formed something where we need to check notifications, phones, sounds, vibrations, anything that remotely kind of represents a form of notification, basically.
Yeah, and your head's just like constantly swiveling around, like, oh, look, it's like me, that camera, call, biker, there's a boat over there, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things I can focus on, but I should be focused on the camera, I should be focused on what I'm saying. This is the problem that we have these days. We can't focus solely on one thing. We spread ourselves too thin and we lose focus, basically, when we don't get the full benefit. This video would be so much better if my focus was solely on the camera and what I'm saying, not on everything that's going on around me. Not that what's going on in my mind or what I'm having for tea, nothing. Just the camera. This video would be so much better.
At the end of the day, it's also a natural thing to be aware and kind of to focus on several things, because see, if you're walking down a dark street and it's nighttime, and say you're younger, so you're like 16, 17 or something, you're going to be aware of every single sound, light, any sense or anything like that around you as you walk, and as you're also listening to music or on your phone, just in case like a murderer pops out of nowhere, or a rapist or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
psycho in the shower.
It's almost just, it's that natural instinct, that's what it is. But basically that natural instinct in today's society is just like sent into overdrive.
It's out of control.
It's out of control, and everyone's guilty of it to a certain extent, and not many people can control it to a certain extent either. But I think I want to round this video off and say, kind of ask yourself, when was the last time that you truly focused on something without spreading yourself too thin across other projects, other things that are going on around you and in your brain, basically. I can guarantee it, you'll struggle. You'll struggle to think about the last time that you really focused on something.
Because you weren't focused on it.
Yep.
We've been Thoughts in Motion. Yeah, exactly. We've been Thoughts in Motion. Thank you very much for watching.